right now you're heading the MSME department and the Khadi and Village Industries or Gramodyog department here. You've also served in the Government of India in the past. So there are many things to talk about, but I want to primarily start off and spend a lot of time on your current portfolio, which is MSME and village industries. And the reason is the following. UP has this ambitious agenda to be a $1 trillion economy. And जब भी $1 trillion economy की बात होती है, a lot of the limelight, at least the media attention gets taken by the investor summits. And UP has done a very good job when it comes to attracting investments of late. This year's investor summit was really a success, and from what I hear, there's a lot of conversion happening of the commitments that get made in these investor summits. But what doesn't get talked about as much is the MSME part, the micro, small, medium, even nano and village industries. And I'm sure that has a huge contribution and a role to play when it comes to economic growth of a state. तो उसकी बात करना चाहता हूँ मैं आपसे, and since you are heading that department, to begin with, if you could help all of us visualize कि ये micro, small and medium industries कैसी दिखती हैं. We've all read definitions, but अगर characterize करना चाहें, उसे visualize करना चाहें, including the village industry, what's the typical characteristic example of all of these different 4 types of industries? You could help with that.
Thank you, Gaurav, and thanks for calling me here. When we talk about MSME, then we are not talking just about the industries. So let us keep that in mind. So it is now enterprises. So industry, service, even retail, everything is part of MSME. And the definition has been enlarged in the year 2020. So any enterprise which has an annual turnover of up to 250 crores comes under MSME. So you can understand that if you look at it, then in your enterprises, 98% would be MSME. When we talk about, villages, village industry, then or MSME at the village level, anything and everything that you see would come under that. Even if a self-help group is into making of, let's say, achar, papad, etc., that is MSME. If there is a person who is engaging, let's say, 10 women or 20 women for production of ready-made garments for some, either for the village consumption or for some bigger group, that is also MSME. And all other professions, whether you have a barber or a goldsmith or a blacksmith or a carpenter, all of these are MSME. But as you have rightly mentioned that, a lot of buzz around investment, a lot of buzz around 1 trillion economy goal of Uttar Pradesh. MSME has a very important role to play because it generates a lot of employment. And we all know that a lot of people are engaged in agriculture in the country and more so in Uttar Pradesh. So they need to be kind of sucked out of it and given gainful employment, which really improves their economic condition. And for that, MSME has a very, very important role to play. And I am so glad that I am here in front of very, very sharp and bright young minds, boys and girls who are here from IIM Lucknow. I am sure they will take up this cause. And since there is a lot of buzz around startups also these days, so they will enter this field of MSME and they will try to enhance employment opportunities for the people who are looking for it. They will generate wealth for the society, for the country, for their own company. And there is no limit to it. I mean, in MSME, if we talk about Uttar Pradesh, we have about 96 lakh MSME units in the state today. In the 73rd round of NSSO, when an estimate was made for the country, it was estimated that the country is about 6.33 crore units, MSME units. And out of that, about 90 lakh units were estimated to be in Uttar Pradesh.
And I'm assuming this does not include village industry, or it does?
It does.
It does.
Because as I told you that any industry or service or retail which has an annual turnover of up to 250 crores is MSME. So any enterprise which has a turnover of up to 5 crores is micro enterprise. Any enterprise which has a investment, which is an investment of 10 crores or an annual turnover of up to 50 crores is small enterprise. And any enterprise which has an investment of up to 50 crores or an annual turnover of up to 250 crores is medium enterprise. So, if you look at the entire scenario, you will find that about 97-98% is MSME. And within MSME, if you look at it, then you will find that 98% or more than 98% is micro. So, micro with the expanded definition where the investment is up to 1 crore and the annual turnover is up to 5 crore, it is an area which can generate lot of employment, and since the investment is also up to 1 crore, so I would encourage the young boys and girls, young minds of this country to come. We all start small and then we go on to become big.
Yeah.
Samagra, you also can understand this. So we all start, I mean, unless you have studied in class 3, how do you come to your IIMs?
Think big, start small.
Yes.
Act now. That's the this thing. So you're saying 97% of all industry is MSME, 97% of all MSME is micro. I'm also assuming a lot of it is in the informal economy. Is that also and that's also all included in this number? But a large, what percentage of MSME, or especially the micro bit, would it be fair to say almost all of it is informal economy?
Not all of it, but very large portion, because you see, there is a system of Udyam registration for MSME, for MSMEs, for agriculturalists, for everyone. Access to formal credit is a big challenge, and that is something, even if we talk about agriculture, a farmer having a Kisan credit card and getting loan at a concessional rate from the government, and some other farmer who does not have a Kisan credit card or who has defaulted and cannot access that formal credit. So the rate of interest differs very, very widely in two cases. The farmer who has access to formal credit will get it at 4%, reduced rate 4%. Someone who does not have access to it will get it at, let's say, 30%, 36%. Same thing is for MSME. So if you don't have a Udyam registration, the banks will generally not entertain you. And then if the banks entertain you, then you get your finances from the banks. Then you can also benefit from different schemes of government where there is either capital subsidy or interest subvention. You will not get all that. So then you look for informal credit, which is very, very costly.
So there's incentives to kind of formalize, essentially,
yes.
You're saying, and you see a trend changing that
yes.
even smaller enterprises
Yes. So what we did, we understood last year when I joined, then Government of India was also talking about it, about the Udyam registration. And though we have about an estimated 96 lakh MSMEs, the Udyam registration was only about 9 lakhs. Okay. So we said, okay, so we will try increasing it. I'm happy to share that today, when in the evening when I was coming to your podcast, then I found out that now we have more than 19 lakh. So we have added, more than 100%. So more than 10 lakhs in the last 1 year. And this financial year, what we did, a new thing to attract more people to get registered and get in the formal channel of economy. So we have introduced a personal accidental insurance scheme for the MSMEs, for the micro, not for the MSMEs, but just for the micro enterprises. So it's an annual a personal accidental insurance for rupees 5 lakhs. So government pays the entire amount for it. So that is
there's
also
incentives
attractive.
again, basically. But still, you're saying it's moved from 10% to 20%. Still a distance to travel in terms of formalization, but the journey has begun, and there's kind of fast movement in that direction.
So the other thing is that there is something called Udyam, where I told you the number about 19 lakhs plus. There's something called Udyam Assist, which is actually for the informal micro industries. Because for getting a Udyam registration, you require Aadhaar number, which is there with almost everyone now. You also require a Aadhaar linked mobile phone number, which is also there. The penetration of mobile phone is very, very high these days. But you also require a PAN card, which a lot of people don't have. Suppose there is a barber who is working in the village. He does not feel the need to get a PAN card. So on the one hand, we are inspiring people to get a PAN card made and get onto the Udyam platform. But Government of India has come up with another platform which is not accessible to everyone. It is accessible only through the banks. SIDBI is the custodian of Udyam Assist. So all the micro entrepreneurs who come under PM Swanidhi, all these रेहड़ी पटरी वालाज, तो उन सब का जो है ना रजिस्ट्रेशन उद्यम असिस्ट में सिडबी ने किया, तो 10 लाख लोग उत्तर प्रदेश के वहां भी रजिस्टर्ड है. तो 96 लाख में से वी हैव अबाउट one third covered, almost 30 lakhs has been covered, and we are trying कि हम कैसे उद्यम असिस्ट में भी और लोगों को लाएं. So